Chunky highlights are thick, wider pieces of highlights that you see in the hair rather than finer, more natural blended highlights. Chunky highlight can be done in either a sun-kissed natural way, which you might see on a blonde. I always recommend doing highlights in the hair salon when possible, but if you'd like to hear some tips on how to do it at home and keep it manageable, I would first recommend avoiding the root area of your hair. Anything chunky at the root can go wrong by looking blotchy or squared. When I recommend doing a chunky highlight at home, I think if we started from the middle of the hair, it would look much better. So what you could do is you take a piece of hair in a triangle section, like here, and what you want to do is towards the middle, keep it towards one side of the hair. In fact, try and make a thin line of product. And then suddenly you're going to make it thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker, just with your hand and just with a brush. And then you can take the ends with the lightener, just the ends. Your piece at the middle of the hair should be very fine, and your pieces at the end of the hair can be much more thick and much more chunky. So you're going to get the chunkiness on the end of the hair and not in the middle. My actual highlights were done that way. You can see they're slightly lighter towards the middle. My hair goes from dark, slightly lighter in the middle, and a little whiter on the ends. This would be sort of a natural chunky highlight because the contrast between my highlights and my natural color, it's pretty minimal. If your hair is very, very fine, you're not a candidate for chunky highlights. I think on the other extreme also, if you have very thick hair that has been chemically straightened to very, very straight, I don't think you're a candidate also for chunky highlights. Chunky highlights should show movement, and again, they can look natural or they can look funky. Just a few things to consider when trying chunky highlights.